still see it. So both club sides and national team. So how do you want this kind of tournament format to take place in Africa? It's not easy. You understand? But well, I'm happy at least Chief Segodegwami talked about it. So now that Europe has championed it, maybe CAF can also begin to look into it also and see how feasible it will be for the World Cup. We can even try it with the Nations Cup first. Let's do it as well with the Nations Cup before aspiring to use that format to host the World Cup.
All right.
So, yeah. Then concerning the tournament itself proper, I haven't really watched all the matches, but I think the quality of ball being played is a little bit on the high side, not as high as I would have expected, but considering the fact that the players are coming from a very grueling season, I suspect a lot of fatigue will be there. But well, as the tournament unfolds, we hope that the quality will go up a notch. Yeah. So you guys are putting in a good shift.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for that as well. On our Facebook fan page, we have comments already. John Etu says Netherlands to win 3-0. My prediction. Izuka Emmanuel Ebuka says this proposal by Mathematical for Africa can't work. Elin, you guys, thank you very much for that as well. Like I said, it was something he had proposed back then for West Africa in a bid to actually have the World Cup come to West Africa. Apparently, just looking for a seamless way to lighten the burden on one country hosting.
It will be difficult to be difficult because at this time also there are a lot of things you're actually going to consider.
At the height of it, with the co-hosts at best, is what can happen.
In most parts of Europe, except for England, who are very tough, they spend the euros. And all of that stuff. That alone makes it very easy. It's more expensive to travel inside Africa than to travel from one European country to another.
Yeah,
it is a tough job to travel from one African country to another, which is not supposed to be. If it wasn't like that, then you'll probably be thinking, okay, if it is not like that, then there are other advantages or there are other things you can exploit. But if you've done it once before, or you're not in a position to do it, but you can talk to people who have done it, maybe those who organize travels for people, talk to them, and then they will tell you how difficult it is to travel within Africa. It's not an easy thing to do
because they are not busy routes most times.
Trains, all of that stuff. We're not just talking flight now. Trains and everything you need to do. Like on the infrastructure level, Africa has a lot of catching up to do. One can even say that Africa has what's it called? It's still being spoon-fed. Some clubs on the continent are better or well run compared to how CAF is run. I mean, Alakli and Pyramid and Sundowns and some of all these places, they have better organization than CAF itself. So I think CAF has got to do better. We say a lot of times that Africa still doesn't understand that football is business, and they have not been able to attract a lot of all these top names and top brands and all that. But the football on the continent has got to be good enough for it to be sellable to the guys who will be willing to put in their money. So I just think that CAF has got to do better. There's a whole lot being expected, and they have to come up with a clear roadmap. All that talk of we can do it, it is possible, and all the rest, it is talk.
Wishful
thinking. It is talk, and anybody can say all of these things. At the end of the day, it amounts to beautiful nonsense if you can talk about it and paint pictures and you do not have a proper roadmap on how to achieve these things. I don't think it will be easy. In the meantime, Rayo Volcano lead against Girona by 1-0. Netherlands, Ukraine, 14 minutes played. It's still goalless, and the action continues here.
All right. Okay, so you heard it there. Feel free to join and talk to us as well. The Euros is multi-host. We're covering the game Netherlands against Ukraine. That's a feature game, goalless after 14 minutes. Feel free to talk about it as well. Do you think this is indeed we can pull off in Africa? But then we've taken a look at the pros and cons. Why you might want to say copy this, but then you realize that to copy this, it is not press one. It is tough. It is not press one. It is tough in Africa. All right, 0700000889, and the Girona Rav Volcano game is a promotion decider. 1 ticket, 2 teams, winner takes all. Loser try again for another season in the Segunda Division next season. Full lines open. Let's go there once again. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Femi.
Okay, Femi, welcome.
Yeah. Please, I want to talk about the Netherlands Ukraine game.
Okay, go on.
I think looking at this game, I don't know for the Netherlands. I don't know how fans are putting pressure on the manager. Can anybody not use 3-5-2 for a game, for a match?
You say can anybody? Formation is yes. Manager's free will.
There's no rule. There's no rule book.
What fans are complaining about the
Even do 2-4-4.
There's no rule book anywhere that says you can play 9-1-1. If you want to play 9-1-1,
anybody.
The only thing they won't let you do is to park 9-1-1 truck on the pitch. But you can play formation 9-1-1. That's your business.
Don't worry. Best team to win.
Okay, may the best team win.
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for what you are doing, because I'm a visually impaired. So I just love what you guys are doing on this station. May the Lord Almighty continue to bless you and give you more wisdom and knowledge knowledge.
All right, thank you.
To take us and keep us. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have seen. Is this 7-2-1 before? I don't know, but I'm thinking that should be Cameroon Brazil 2004 quarterfinal Olympic Games or thereabouts.
Let me not lie. There's no tactics or no formation is the holy grail. It is the winning. If I play 9-1-1 and I win, who's going to care if I played Manchester City in the final? They're like, that guy defeated City with his team. They came from Angwa, and they came from one Lungu, one Angwa, and then they went to win the match. They say my ball is not sweet, but look, I have record. I won the competition. Look, let's not get carried away. Sometimes you listen to football purists who care about how you play and maybe not necessarily the results. When you listen to those kinds of pundits, you're not expected to hear that pack the bus when it is 1 minute to go. They'll still tell you attack. That's the beauty of the game. Recycle possession, hit the opponent, try to go for the counters, try to do this, try to do that. That's all they will say to you. But when you listen to people who are pragmatic about what they want to do, even as early as 20 minutes, they can make a substitution. Just because they think, look, we have to do everything we can do now to get the better of these people. Strength for strength. Sevilla could not exactly match, Villarreal could not exactly match Manchester United. But they played it in such a way that if United will win, let them work twice as hard. Let's not make winning easy for them. And it's simply what happened in that game. So all of that talk of if you defend, you are not. It depends on the school of thought you belong to. A lot of us are purists. We like beautiful football, beautiful play, free-flowing stuff. 100 passes leads to a goal. Some of us want it as it is hot. Gang pressing, press high up the pitch. If the guy makes mistake, score from 40 seconds into the match. Well, it is not a bad thing to have the game structured. I'll be honest with people like Yinka, they like it structured. I mean, I'm a big Wenger fan. Wenger will always attack. Like, I watched a lot of his games. I cannot say all, but maybe almost all. But really, there are people who belong to that school, and I saw the Barcelona of 2008 to 2012, mesmerizing football. But as at that time, the rest of the world were already playing wingers. Let's run, let's do this, let's do that. But they said, no, let's keep it down. Let's play tiki-taka. Hit the ball here, hit the ball here. You will rush us and get it.
You know how it feels when you're on the field with people. Boys moving. Your leg cannot touch it.
Look, I don't mind though. I'll be honest with you. If I were the coach of Nigeria, let's not even dream as far as the World Cup final. I know that the semi-final will increase our money and put another extra $20 million in the bag. I can call my bosses Barcelona, and say, let's negotiate this thing. I win this match, semi-final. We'll get to the semi-final, and you give me my cut because, because all of that talk. If for instance, by accident or design, I coach the national team, and I become the first man to take Nigeria to the semi-final, that's what goes into the history book. Not whether I played 9-1-1. Which people did he beat? He defeated England 1-0. England had 93 possession. They had only 7. From a corner, one guy just put his head and the ball entered. And then they will come and ask me questions post-match. I'll say, we've been training set pieces. We've been doing our very best to make sure. But you did not get the possession. I'll say, what's the most important statistic in a game? 100 passes or 1-0? I will just tell them what they want to hear. Like all of that talk of it is fine if that's what you believe in. So that even if your team loses 10-0, as long as you have possession, if you are okay with that, then do not always complain that this man did not play well. No. We all have things we like.
I am an apostle of enjoy yourself on the field to the point that they at times punish showboating. I will encourage my players to showboat.
Is there really enjoyment? You'll be enjoying yourself and you'll be losing.
I will encourage my players to showboat. Especially, one thing about showboating. Maybe when we are leading 2-0, 3-0, and we're in charge, in full control. When we scored the third goal, I'll tell my guys.
Oh yeah, start showboating. And then when they have swollen ankles, you would.
Do you know what I'll tell them? I'll tell them I am working on the mindset, on the mind of the opponent, because what you're doing is to pepper them. All right, on our Facebook fan page, that's the lights I know we have, but then that's really what I believe in. What I believe in personally, whether lighter or not. In fact, on the thick note, on a candid and frank note. Yeah. Facebook fan page, we have comments already. Orenzi says Netherlands and Ukraine will play 1-1. Please, what's the name of the song you guys first played? That was Gary Mon. The UEFA European the UEFA Euros opening ceremony song, actually. That was the song we played earlier. And Abu Wadbe says, I love Breezy. Okay, I love Breezy. Okay, thank you. He says Brilla is the best. Thanks for this.
Breezy.
Yes, sir.
You wait for her to call me tomorrow. You tell her that.
Why are you telling me on a Sunday?
You love Breezy. Kai.
Okay. Oji Francis a draw.
Those two outside. I hope you don't come in here.
You love Breezy. Oji Francis a draw with Netherlands and 2-2. Thank you, Oji Francis. Thank you for your comment. Alexandra Black says Netherlands to win 2-1 against Ukraine. Saint Jades Billionaire says dope. Thank you. Obida Kileb, I see you. Paul Ibe says 2-0 in favor of Netherlands. Obida Kileb says good evening, guys. I commend you guys. You're doing well. I want to learn to win 3-1. Multi-correct score from Saint Jades D. Billionaire says 2-1, 2-2, 2-0, 2-0. So I said any which over 1.5 will enter. Emeka Mba says please.
That song is actually We Are the People. We Are the People is the title of the song.
Emeka Mba, the market team guys, when the season gets underway, you get to hear from them.
When the new season comes.
Falola says, I'm enjoying you guys. I beg, make Netherlands and Ukraine score at least one goal. Okay, will I say, I understand. Something like this. Make the shot score one goal.
For first half, one goal.
He said they should score.
Maybe
first half or no, he said a goal. The thing is, this game was not end goalless.
Okay.
For his prayer maybe to come to pass.
And there's still
Stephanie Anita Okeke says hello, I want to sleep. Netherlands all the way. Izuka Emmanuel Ebuka says my country of birth, Italy will win this Euro.
Your country of birth?
Izuka.
Okay.
Emmanuel Ebuka from Italo.
No.
I had to help him call out his name. Izuka Emmanuel Ebuka from Italo.
No, there's Ogbonna.
Are you okay?
There's Ogbonna.
Okay. Izuka Emmanuel Ebuka, your country will win. Be it as to you according to your faith.
Okay.
All right, 0700000089. Still your frequency of champion sports radio. 88.9 FM. Volcano lead 1-0 against Girona. Promotion player of Spanish La Liga ticket up for grab for the winner. Eventually, 21 minutes on the clock. Yes, Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0, 24 minutes on the clock. And that is how things stand in this particular encounter. Look at the opening start for the opening 25 minutes, just to create a complexion of what the game looked like for those listening to us right here on radio. Ball possession has been the Dutch, 68% to Ukraine's 32% ball possession. Goal attempt, 8 to Netherlands, 3 to the Ukrainians. Shot on goal, 2 to the Netherlands, 1 to the Ukrainian. Shot off goal, 2 to Netherlands, 1 to Ukraine. Block shot, 4 to Netherlands, 1 to Ukraine. Free kicks, 1 to Netherlands, 3 to Ukraine. Offside, 1-0. Of course, Netherlands 1 offside, Ukraine yet to have none. Goalkeeper saves, Netherlands goalkeeper have made 1. Ukraine, of course, 2. The Netherlands have been, very much in charge of this game. But then the most important start still stands square. Almost even Stevens. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0, 25 minutes of action played so far, right there in Amsterdam. Hello, good evening.
Don and Dustin.
Down unsorted.
You're
welcome, my brother. Good evening to you.
Good evening. All right. I just want to talk about.
What's your name, please? Tell us.
My name is Oluwasegun.
You're welcome.
Netherlands, Ukraine, and I see this game ending in favor of the Netherlands. If not for anything, because of my player who is going, Jimmy Wijnaldum. So
he has gone. He's not going. He has gone.
I'm still going. And then again, talking about moving the games around Africa, it won't happen in the next 10 years.
Why is this wickedness or what? He said he doesn't see that happening in the next 10 years. Moving the games around Africa.
If we look at them, if you look at it, that can be taken around. So,
Hello. I'll appreciate you call us back. I'm actually loving that submission there. Was talking about we were talking about whether Africa can do something like the Europeans having multi-host cities for the UEFA European for the African Cup of Nations. The equivalent is the UEFA European Cup of Nations, the UEFA Euros. Do you think Africa can do that like that as well? We've had co-hosts too, but then can we do this?
You see in this business of football and how they run things and how you can even sit at home and observe how UEFA operates. There are no confederations mate. Even FIFA might have to learn a few things from UEFA. Like, if UEFA ever wakes up to say, we want to raise the standard of the Champions League or raise the standard of the Euros and all that, and say we want to be playing it the year of the World Cup, opinions will be divided though. Like, if they even say they want to play it during the World Cup calendar, FIFA will struggle. So I just think that the way these guys are going, I like a lot about how
I don't agree with you. We are not their mates. CAF.
We are not, have you?
We are not their mates now.
I agree with you.
No, I don't understand when you say you agree with me. How?
The CAF is not UEFA's mate.
We are not their mates now.
That's what I'm saying now. Until recently, we're playing 2 legs of the CAF Champions League final.
Yes.
1 home, 1 away. What is that?
We passed there now. We want everybody to...
Meanwhile,
you know why?
Meanwhile, some countries, Lagos can, for instance, say we want to host the CAF Champions League final, and Lagos will put in a bid. Accra can put in a bid.
Yeah.
And then cities across the world will put in a bid, and it doesn't matter if a South African country, a South African club side gets to the final, or a Nigerian club side gets to the final. If the final is going to be in Lagos, it's going to be in Lagos. Like finals for the next 3 UEFA Champions League have been decided already. These are. It was even recently. I think it was under Ahmad that started playing 1 leg.
You don't know that our CAF Super Cup was played in Qatar this last one.
I followed.
Even Qatar, they are begging us to come out. That's the host of the World Cup.
Yes, sir.
That's where we play.
So just come and be warming the grass for them.
We are not their mates. So we pass them.
If they think they are mates, we should wait for Qatar to beg them.
Yes, now. They beg us how to go and play there.
You guys making it fun for me tonight, man.
07. We are not their mate. Yes, me I believe that CAF. We are very only that our people, our football is not doing well. We are not their mate too.
We are 8 years ahead.
Ahead of all of them.
Hello.
Done and dusted.
And sorted.
Welcome.
So, like we were saying, Africa cannot in the next 10 years.
You say so? Haven't we coasted before? Ghana, Nigeria, 2000. Yeah, Equatorial Guinea and Gabon. What are you saying now?
Mr. Donald Dusted.
Yes.
This calf, let's have calf that is unsettled. Before the
Who says CAF is unsettled? We have new leadership there now. Mosepe is there now.
Oh my God! Before then, what happened?
They had problems. Now they are in order.
Problems. Now, if election comes by, I don't even want to talk about CAF or whatever. Now, you want to move games around. Let's talk about the African Champions League. If the game is happening in Aba, for example, Eyimba is representing Nigeria. How many people before COVID? Let's put COVID aside. How many people do you see in the stadium? How many Aba indigenes will leave Lagos and go to Aba to go and watch Eyimba? How many Aba citizens in the north will find it very convenient, either by rail or by air or by road, to come to Aba to come and watch Eyimba? If Shooting Stars is
whether people did not come, the stadium will be full. Eyimba people normally come and watch. Leave it for Aba people that are in Aba to go to watch and enjoy. And if you want to travel.
Yinka, you know the truth and you are hiding away from it. Okay, if they come, let's say Eyimba is playing in South Africa. How many Nigerians, don't even let us talk about Southeastern, how many Nigerians go to watch Eyimba? How many Nigerians can go and watch Nigerians game in South Africa? Except the ones that are staying there. How many people can leave Nigeria and say, I want to go and watch my favorite Super Eagles? The answer is no.
You are right.
And so when we begin to market it and then we talk about the value of the tournament itself, it's going to turn to Brazil and then they're going to drop it immediately because it's not going to work.
It's better we stick with the normal format and current format.
Yeah, just go with what you have. Honestly speaking, what is happening in the second division in the Nigerian league is what should happen in the Premier League. Let us have conferences because it's not easy for people to move around. The other time they said a particular team, they were attacked on the road.
Big lobby stars.
You see these guys moving on the road at night. Just because to earn 40,000, 50,000 that doesn't even come easily every month. And then
their money is more than 40,000. See the way you relegate Nigeria.
It's not about relegation. If it's 100,000,
no. Frankly speaking, it's more than that. Frankly, NPFL players earn as much as 300, 400, 500k.
Okay, Yinka, I agree with you. How often do they get it regularly?
Yeah, I agree that one. Say they do like they do what would I call it, sinusoidal wave.
Not regular.
Yes, now my favorite Shooting Stars is playing right here in Ijebu, not very far from Lekki here. I can't go. Before the ban, I couldn't because number one, I consider the road Epe via Ijebu, there is nothing to write home about. And then when you get to this,
that's why you have to go so that you go and buy spare parts when the thing spoil.
Yinka. Anyway, Africa is not yet matured. Financially, we are not yet matured. When we talk about infrastructure, we are not yet matured. And I think the best thing for us is just to be watching the Europeans and heavy them. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I agree with virtually everything.
I think the starting point for West Africa will be first, let them raise the standard of WAFU. WAFU feels like one secondary school competition to me, even though countries are being represented. WAFU is poor. WAFU is poor.
You know the funny thing about it, COSAFA is stronger.
Yes. COSAFA has this competition.
They have appeal. They have an appeal that is, and it's not COSAFA alone. Even SECAFA.
Yes,
Sefaka region has a lovely. There's wide followership, and
we will play matches in the MPFL in 2021. Coaches don't do post-match and pre-match press conferences, so sometimes you don't even know what is in the minds of these people. You just report scoreline and report happenings.
I know. Let me tell you. I know what is
we want to thank the
I know that line is changing now. No, the new coaches we have truly is changing. That you are saying before now, I can tell you. If I come and meet me, I'll give you the thought of the coaches, the MPFL.
Yes. Sample a little for us, please. Coach, congratulations on the win. What do you make of your team's performance?
I've been able to shape my enemies. They thought we would not get it right, but eventually we've shown to our detractors that we mean business.
For 3.2, only 3.2. Now wow.
But then, like I said, these things are changing. We have younger coaches now compared to the oldies we used to have.
I think even in Europe, all that has changed. Yeah. Younger guys now in charge of teams.
Fidelis Electrical of this world, the Aziz Mohammed of this world will tell you, even Fatah Osho will tell you tactics on the field, even though sometimes sugar does not come, he still tell you sugar.
Look, the sugar is excess now. It looks like it has led to running stomach.
So all of these things you put together, and they struggle.
They tell you sugar ball. Excess sugar is not good though, but they won't tell you that part.
So 35 minutes on the clock. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. UEFA Europe Championship. Don't forget, this same group has Austria and Macedonia. Austria won earlier 3-1, so Austria still lead the group on current standings. Netherlands asking the questions, nothing has happened. 35 minutes, Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0 as well. That is the update in this particular encounter. And a look at the match start for the Netherlands and Ukraine tie. It is still a sub has been effected. Ukraine have made one substitution. That was on the 13 minutes of play. It came so early in the game, and that was actually a forced substitution that happened on the 13th minutes of play. Let me let you know that it was Andrei Shevchenko who forced to make an unplanned substitution as Alexander Zubkov suffered an injury, and Malos had to come on in his place right on the 13 minutes of play. So a forced substitution at that point in time. The possession at 21 minutes was 65-35 in favor of Netherlands, as at 28 minutes Andrei Shevchenko of course went down, Yarmolenko rather, in the box after a challenge from the defender, possibly unsighted. The referee just waved play on. He wanted a penalty appeal at that point. The referee was not going to fall for that, and Memphis Depay on the 36 minute mark decided to take a short corner instead of a long corner. They could not make it happen. 37 minutes played. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0, UEFA Euro 2020 Championship. 0700000089. In the light of what is happening in Europe, yes, we're now taking a look at whether or not Africa can also replicate and follow suit. 11 host cities in 11 countries hosting the UEFA European Championship. Can we do 11 host cities in 11 countries in Africa hosting the Cup of Nations?
That one not go easy. But like I said, charity begins at home. If you're going to convince a man that he should sponsor you through university,
not the one he showed you.
No.
Okay.
If you are going to convince a man that he should sponsor you through university, he probably would ask for your school cert.
Your result must be complete. You start with yes.
And he will have to look at all of these things and compare and contrast, look at it side by side and know what he's investing in. And he'll be able to tell himself the truth that okay, this person deserves it. And it is just that things are difficult. This person probably would have been able to see his or herself through school.
But if when you see Ede, you just tell him. My brother, go and let work.
I've seen a case where someone said somebody had F parallel, and I said, he wasn't good at anything at all. He said, So, back to what we're saying. Make WAFU a big tournament that can attract a lot of attention. Put WAFU out there for people to even come up with radio and TV beats and say, okay, we want to be official broadcast partners. Make the competition big enough that you don't just do backdoor selection and we just hear that Nigeria is in one competition somewhere and we barely know the players who are representing the country. We barely know anything about these things. But the moment you ask first, we're going to have a lot of problems because transparency is also very far from a lot of these people who organize these things. Transparency in the sense that the moment you start probing how much was released, how this is this, why this is that, somebody somewhere is saying you are not happy for them because you are asking too many questions and all of that stuff. I think we really need to put all that behind us.
You said
now.
something now. I can actually come in from there. CAF, in its wisdom to make the regional body functional, decided that the qualification for the under 17 and under 20 should be regional based, which is why now WAFU would have to organize an under 17 and under 20 tournament. Same for Sekafa, same for Kosafa, to produce representatives. Before now, it was moribund. CAF would just organize qualifiers for under 17, under 20. Now, in a bid to ensure that they share responsibilities and burden and make this. And you tell something about WAFU, for instance. Information is always, you don't even get information about it. You just see that 2 days to this, they start talking.
And then they will upload matches like 2 days or a day after it was played.
Yeah.
Like all of these things, you cannot want the best of some things and you still be 20 years behind.
Information dissemination is like mood.
You know, it has to work very well, and if you put all these things in place, then it can be a catalyst for how well the others will work. But not that there is nothing in place and you are expecting that this thing should work seamlessly and we should have no. These things are not going to change because Nigeria is involved or because Africa is moving in a particular direction. We have got to make it count in a way that we look at ourselves and say, oh yes, this is what we are supposed to do, this is what we are not doing right, this is what I mean. For as little as technical reports after competitions, people still wait for months for CAF to send it across. Countries don't even do theirs. They tell you, we are waiting for CAF to send it. How would CAF send technical report for the whole tournament to you for you to know where you did not perform well or where you performed well? Countries should do this individually, irrespective of what the confederation body will be doing. But I'm saying they have to up the ante, try it with WAFU, raise the standard, and then if that is good and it starts drawing a lot of tourists and a lot of attention as far as sporting activity is concerned, as small as the Toulon tournament is, you'll be shocked at how many players have made it out of that tournament and they are now playing in the big leagues. You understand? So I just think that there's a whole lot we can do and make things better for us, so that if we get it right from that stage, we can then begin to look at how we can improve in that area, and then bring in maybe a bid to say West Africa wants to host the Nations Cup. Then from West Africa hosting the Nations Cup, we can start looking at, okay, where else can we get something else to go? Because West Africa should start straight from the World Cup. For me, that's a tough one. I mean, if you talk of the Toulon tournament that they play in, I think in France, a lot of people have come out of that tournament. A lot. I mean, Douglas Luiz, the Brazilian. There's Dwight McNeil, though he plays for Burnley, but of course, don't take that away from him. Ebere Eze played in that competition at some point. Paulinho, who plays for Bayer Leverkusen, and a host of other guys here and there who have played in this competition. And Reece James, Chelsea's Reece James has played there as well. And Harvey Barnes, Louis Becker, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I mean, just to name a few. These are the sort of competitions that you'd want to look at and say things are happening. Girona just made it 1-1 against the Rayo Vallecano. They just made it 1-1. And the game, of course, is still going on. The Netherlands up against Ukraine, 43 minutes. It is still a goalless affair right there. And that's the latest coming as far as this is concerned. Yes, that game, talking about the Euros. So you have players who have been to these tournaments and what they have done with their lives. Thierry Henry played this tournament back in the day. He was a top scorer in his time Emil Heskey has played this same tournament. You know, tournaments like these have produced guys who have gone on to do good things with their careers. I'm not saying everybody must pass through a tournament of this nature, but raise the standard. Let WAFU be a standard for what we would say, okay, the next big stars would be or might be. Because even Chan, there's a way we are also not milking it to its full potentials. I cannot sit here and tell you everything that needs to be done, but to be honest with you, there's a whole lot we can do, and we should be pulling in that direction and making sure that these things would work out eventually. YinkaSports.
All right, well, 1-1, Volcano 1, Girona 1, 42 minutes on the clock in that encounter. They are, of course, still delicately poised. It's about knowing you get to gain promotion to the La Liga at the end of 90 minutes or more. And let's also let you know, 44 minutes played already at the game between Netherlands and Ukraine, the UEFA Euro 2020 Championship. There, of course, in Amsterdam, Ukrainians, of course, really occasionally threatening. It's a case of 3 Netherlands or 2 Netherlands attack to 1 for the Ukrainian. They came close, but then the ball went out of play. Goalless, it's still standing that encounter as well. Right here.
Analyzing the game properly, I would say that I've been particularly impressed with the way Andrei Shevchenko's men have tried their best to cover a lot of grounds. The positional play of the Ukrainian, the Dutch guys, the Netherlands player, as well as their progression with the ball and build-up play, is good to watch. It's good to look at, knowing that their country has a philosophy with which they play total football and whatever it has metamorphosed into. But they also seem to have specialists in different places that can help make the process easier. But compared to the Ukrainians, who have just guys who more of they play with more of the hearts than their specialist abilities on the ball. That's not to say that they don't have one or two in these areas. But we talk about a guy who trains as a left back for Manchester City week in, week out, and for an entire season, and then he goes to his country, he plays up front in the left wing, or he plays in front of the back four. It tells you how they try to maximize these guys' potential or their abilities to say, please, you must be able to function in more than one area so that it can give the team some sort of advantage, and we'll see what will happen. But it's halftime, of course, almost a halftime right there. Okay, it's halftime, Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0, but almost halftime in the game between Rayo Volcano and Girona. Yes, Volcano scored first, Girona equalized, and yes, they are still asking the questions and making sure they get on the end of it. And yes, Girona have netted a second. Yes, they have netted a second. 2-1 at halftime it is, and 45 minutes on the clock. Girona coming from a goal down the lead, 2-1 against the Rayo Volcano. And it is the promotion playoffs. Yes, the last game of the season right there in the Spanish league. And that's the latest coming in. It's Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0, Euro 2020 action, of course, match day 3 and the third match of the day. And this guy is, of course, coming in with so much. Manuel Bastos, the man to score for Girona. And at halftime, of course, you know what it is. Let's quickly do a recap of some of the score lines in the Euros today and let you know that England won by 1-0 against Croatia, while North Macedonia against Austria. The Austrians were better. They scored 3 goals and conceded only 1. So 3-1, they won that game. First game was 1-0 England against Croatia. Second game, Austria 3, North Macedonia 1. And the third game at halftime, it is the Netherlands 0. Beg your pardon. It is the Netherlands 0 and Ukraine 0 right there, of course. And in the playoffs, yes, the promotion playoffs, Rayo Volcano up against Girona. Volcano scored first in the game, but they are currently 2 goals down. And it's only a matter of seconds now, max a minute or tops 2 minutes. And we will be having the halftime of that game and to see what these guys will produce. But so far...
okay, well, while we talk about this, we raised something about the MPFL earlier. I'll be bringing on board referee Ferdinand Niete Udo, a top MPFL referee, also a FIFA referee as well. has officiated game at the level of World Cup qualifiers, African Cup of Nations qualifiers as well. One of Nigeria's top, and like I always call him, the first Nigerian referee to use the vanishing spray in the NPFL. My friend Ferdinand Anite, who does joins right there. Ferdinand, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yinka.
Yeah, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we've always had the incidents. We've talked about it, and people continue to talk about it as well. At the NPFL, you just see that 95 minutes they see they play, 97 they see they play, 99 they see they play. Tell us what informs time and the way time management are done in the NPFL. Why do games stretch for this long in the league in Nigeria?
Okay, it's not just in Nigeria. I'll make an example first. We saw the Champions League final. The referee added 7 minutes. 7 minutes. If it was an NPFL game, the people will start reading meaning to it that, of course, Chelsea were leading then, and the referee had to add 7 minutes. If it was an NPFL game, people will say, oh, the Nigerian referees have started, they are looking for how Man City will equalize. Now, the rules, the laws of the game gives permission that referees can give any time, added time lost through injury, assessment of injury to players. When the player is injured, it takes a minimum of 1 minute to attend to that player.
You don't bring my perfume for me, right?
When ball goes out of play,
Okay.
and then it returns back to play, it takes some seconds, 15-20 seconds. And then if you observe Nigeria League critically, if a team is leading 1-0, all the players start falling down injury, goalkeepers will put their gloves. At that time, you've had over 5 minutes attending to these players. Most especially the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper must be treated on the field of play. And for the goalkeeper to be treated, it takes a minimum of 2 minutes. Now, we have 5 substitutions in a game. 90% of substitutions are done in the second half. And each substitution takes 30 seconds. Imagine if teams carry out the 5 substitutions, that's 10 substitutions. Divide by 30, divide by 2. That's 5 minutes already spent by both teams during the course of substitutions. And now, when the referee adds 5 minutes, 6, 7, 8 minutes, people start complaining.
All right, Ferdinand, tell us the experience, what it is like when you officiate international games. Do you also have to go through all of this?
Of course, we do it. We go all of, a typical example is the Champions League final. We have seen in the Premier League where they play 9 minutes added time, 10 minutes added time.
Thing is, well, you've also had that within other parts of Africa where you
yes. In Kenya, in Sierra Leone, I did Sierra Leone, Kenya, and I added 7 minutes.
Thank you very much for shedding light on that as well, so people get to understand why these things happen, so they will not say, referees have come again. No, so they do.
The law says time lost through injury, substitutions, or any other cause. There are times we see ball boys, they'll seize all the balls, they'll hide the balls in Nigeria League, and then the referee has to go and look and tell the boys to bring the ball. It takes another 2-3 minutes.
All of these times are what you had together.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand Anete Udo. Ferdinand, I always tell people that I play football. They don't believe that me and you, that I played against you in University of Ilorin.
I used to defend very well. I was one of the best defenders in Unilori.
Me, I was an attacker at that time. I haven't played against
you. And you know, people me anyhow.
Believe.
Did Yinka ever score? Was he scoring?
He never scored though.
Sharp pressing. He doesn't score. I said that.
But he was a good footballer, but he never scored against me.
Okay. Look, there was never any bad footballer in neighborhood football.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank you so
referee.
much, referee. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers.
Thank you. Have enjoyed the rest of your day. Interesting stuff coming in as far as this is concerned. Volcano has had their goal ruled out, and the report says.
Why do you ask him that question? Why did I score goal in that place?
If you ever scored, because he said he was a very good defender. I mean, attackers should get past defenders to score.
The boy is strong. He was very strong.
He was strong.
Very strong.
Oh wow!
He used to use body, chance, everything.
Okay. Oh wow! What a game we're having
play
in Morocco.
To play against him, I actually did international or foreign European referees. Anytime he use Agidi for me, they will just blow say infringement.
Oh yeah, foul.
Like they brought referees from Cameroon to officiate those kind of games. But then that's of course on the latter note in the past. It just explains something as well.
Yeah.
We virtually everything I talked down were the things these referees have also talked about when teams are leading like this is falling. And that was the observation of Emmanuel Sokoya, the Kano Pillars, the Frenchman that can say he has observed that in Nigeria League, once they start leading like this, they will just start falling like that. So it's half time. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. The Girona game had a scoreboard towards the end of the game as well.
The second goal that was scored, VAR ruled it out for a handball.
Okay.
Now it was a shot that was taken from outside the box, and they had a striker in the box, and the striker was trying to duck, and the ball came off his shoulder. He was not trying to use his shoulder to score. The ball came off his shoulder. He was ducking when the ball came off his shoulder and deflected the other way, sending the goalkeeper the other way. VAR looked at it and ruled it out for offside. And the guy is the para.
Eventually, what they had was what happened in Kaduna between Kano Pillars, and that's what I wanted to say, that sometimes these things are not peculiar to only the MPFL. What they had there was what happened in Kaduna between Kano Pillars and Akwa United. Gidigbo. People rush enter the field. All right. Well, we'll go for a break. When we come back, we give you with more right here on the show as well.
This is the home of sport.
Sports Radio, 88.9, Brilla FM.
When you've had enough of those corporate updates and your network fillers sound like... well, take your game to the next level. Entrusted by the best in the biz. It just won't stop! The number one sports station, Sports Radio
88.9 Brilla FM.
We are the original home for sports. The sport database is updated constantly.
I love it. That's kind of cool.
This is the home of sport.
Sports Radio, 88.9, Brilla FM.
Portugal win, England draw, Germany win.
I hope everything is okay. This one you're talking to yourself.
No, Joe. It's the new free-to-play game on Live Score Bet called Pick 6 1x2. See, all you have to do is pick 6 match results between home, away, or draw, and you win a jackpot of 1 million naira.
1 million naira? What if nobody picks 6 correct results?
No problem. Live Score Bet is giving out a guaranteed 500,000 naira every round to players who got the maximum amount of predictions correctly.
Hey, me too. I am going to play Pick 6 1x2 on Live Score Bet.
Terms and conditions apply. Live Score Bet, home of free bets.
When you've had enough of those corporate updates and your network fillers sound like... well, take your game to the next level. Entrusted by the best in the biz. It just won't stop! The number one sports station, Sports Radio
88.9 Brilla FM.
We are the original home for sports. The sport database is updated constantly.
I love it. That's kind of cool.
Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere.
Yes, you can take Brilla with you anywhere, everywhere.
The Brilla app is available for free download on Google Play. It is also there on the Apple iTunes Store. Yes, on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store.
Look out for the Brilla football and microphone logo with the letters BRILA in green colour.
That is our authentic app. It gives you Brilla FM, Brilla.net, BrillaSports.tv, and all the extra betting tips, live score, plus our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and YouTube posts.
Sports fun. You can post your videos and eyewitness reports.
Brilla, BRILA. Available for download on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store. Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere on your handset.
Away we go. Getting knocked to the ball just like Ronaldo was there.
We have waited. Live a Euros for the whole of Europe when Sports Radio brings you the coverage of UEFA Euro 2020 from the 11th of June in Rome to the 11th of July in London. In-depth analysis, match day interactions, instant updates as action gets down, Kylian Mbappe's bursting speed, Kevin De Bruyne's peerless vision,
Kevin De Bruyne has the face of an angel, but he's a deadly assassin.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's never-ending greatness.
Cristiano Ronaldo, the king reigning supreme.
News from around the camps and an experience to never forget with Brilla's all-action presenters. This is the Euro 2020 in 2021, and we are living it for real.
Portugal win, England draw, Germany win.
I hope everything is okay. This one you're talking to yourself.
No, Joe. It's the new free-to-play game on Live Score Bet called Pick 6 1x2. See, all you have to do is pick 6 match results between home, away, or draw, and you win a jackpot of 1 million naira.
1 million naira. What if nobody picks 6 correct results?
No problem. Live Score Bet is giving out a guaranteed 500,000 naira every round to players who got the maximum amount of predictions correctly.
Hey, me too. I am going to play Pick 6 1x2 on Live Score Bet.
Terms and conditions apply. Live Score Bet, home of free bets.
BRILA. Brilla.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio 88.9
Brilla FM,
Lagos,
Abuja, and Onitsha.
Enjoy our services on www.brilla.net.
Anywhere, everywhere, and also on our handle at 889 Brilla FM on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Subscribe to Brilla Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brilla.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
This is the home of sport.
Sports Radio, 88.9, Brilla FM.
Portugal win, England draw, Germany win.
I hope everything is okay. This one you're talking to yourself.
No, Joe. It's the new free-to-play game on Live Score Bet called Pick 6 1x2. See, all you have to do is pick 6 match results between home, away, or draw, and you win a jackpot of 1 million naira.
1 million naira. What if nobody picks 6 correct results?
No problem. Live Score Bet is giving out a guaranteed 500,000 naira every round to players who got the maximum amount of predictions correctly.
Hey, me too. I am going to play Pick 6 1x2 on Live Score Bet.
Terms and conditions apply. Live Score Bet, home of free bets.
When you've had enough of those corporate updates and your network fillers sound like... well, take your game to the next level and trusted by the best in the biz. It just won't stop! The #1 sports station, Sports Radio
88.9 Brilla FM.
We are the original home for sports. The sport database is updated constantly.
I love it. That's kind of cool.
Of course, the people you've been waiting for. The goal you've been waiting for. It separates the two sides. On the road to this competition, he netted 8 goals and 2 assists. Recently, he's left Liverpool. There were talks he was heading to Barcelona, but he ended up at PSG. Gini Van Aldum, the man who separates the two sides, as Holland have taken the lead against Ukraine. The action, of course, gets more exciting from here on Yinka.
Absolutely, Gini Wijnaldum with the opening goal in this particular encounter, and yes, the captain leads by example. Netherlands 1, Ukraine 0. First half ended goalless, and yes, in the restart, they've started the way they should ordinarily have started. Favorites they were, and now they have the lead against the Ukrainians, who at this point in time don't have really something to chase. And Gini Wijnaldum apparently will be one that would have the hierarchy at Paris Saint-Germain watching and, of course, licking their lips as to what is to come from this man, who indeed will be lacing his boot for them come next season. 53 minutes on the clock. It is 1-0 to the Netherlands.
Yeah, they got that right. The build-up play, the progression, everything. Positional play, leading the ball from the defense to the attack. And Denzel Dumfries, of course, was on hand to pull all that race away from his man. Lost his marker and ran as fast as he could, of course, to get that working for him. And they lead by 1-0. The Netherlands. And yes, exciting days here again. We'll be waiting to see it. It is something you play for 90 minutes and you don't just talk about, okay. But Felix Bridge is the man in the middle who is in charge of this game. Gini Van Aldum, the quickest to react to the rebound and stabs the ball into the roof of the net. It's a 1-0 to the Netherlands. Yes, they lead Ukraine by 1-0. And the Euros match day 3. And it's the third match of match day 3. The action continues right here. Volcano, yes, up against Girona. Girona are back in the second 45 minutes and they have retaken the lead. Yes, they have retaken the lead. It is now still 2-1. Yes, they scored 2-1. Had that goal ruled out by VAR for a handball because he hit the shoulder of the striker who was in the box when that ball was, the shot was taken from outside the box and he deflected off his shoulder into the net, but was ruled out for offside. Let's see how Chevy and his guys would react to this. The position and the progression of the Dutch play has been their biggest strength as far as this is concerned. The goal was the only thing left, and I believe that the way they have been able to coordinate themselves, having specialists in some certain areas and having the guys who can move the ball around, play into space, even though the other men, talking about the Ukrainians, were running to close them down and make it difficult for them to play into those spaces, they have so far been able to make this work for them. And just one of the times that they were lucky to have that build-up play and have their strikers run from the their defenders, fullbacks, run from the deep into position, they got that right and they lead by 1-0 to the Yinka.
Absolutely. 0700000089. Well, feel free to join. Well, it is start change, 56 minutes. Netherlands leads 1-0 against Ukraine in this particular encounter. Don't forget that the same group with Austria, North Macedonia as well. Austria still lead the group. If it ends this way, they won 3-1 against North Macedonia. And Ukraine themselves would, of course, still consider the fight. It is still very much within reach as things stand. 1-0 it stands in this particular encounter right here. 4 lines open. Let's get the fans on board. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Yeah, this is Femi calling back.
Okay, welcome Femi, welcome.
Yeah, please, I want to know the update about Virgil van Dijk.
What happened to him?
About his injury.
He pulled out of this competition, but the update is that he's back now, but we don't know if he's match fit yet, but he pulled out of this competition. He's not taking part.
Okay, he will be back for the season.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Good one for Holland. I just love the team. Seriously. Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the Virgil van Dijk man.
Okay,
so
he's your guy. He's your guy.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Confirm.
They stay in the same area.
You don't know him.
Yes, nah. That time from my city, they call him Brother Van Dijk.
Brother Van Dijk.
They call him that.
You call him Brother Van Dijk. Really? Is he that brother? He's just a tall guy. I think he's 29 or 30 now.
Yes, now. Those days we do play now. We do play.
So what were they calling you then? What were they calling?
Brother Van Dijk is coming.
What were they calling you then?
Brother Van Dijk.
What were they calling you then? What was your name then?
Say me.
Brother what?
Now, brother Kamaru.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sir. Thanks.
That guy's a clown.
He is.
That Kamaru. That's when I know he's a clown.
Yeah.
Okay. Very weary. In Djibouti.
Okay.
Okay, well, still the frequency of Champion Sports Radio W.Narela FM 070000000889. Yes, Volcano 1, Girona 2.
It is 2 now. Yes, the Dutch guys. It is 2 now, and they're asking all the questions, and the answers are popping in. The Ukrainians, all of a sudden,
they've turned the heat on them.
They folding. Now, Vegas, the man who plays for Wolfsburg. Yes, Vegas scored
last week.
Yes.
Remember the international friendly they played? The 3-0 win they recorded, and now it's made it count once again.
Yeah, had a good season for Wolfsburg this recently concluded season, recently passed the season. And he's giving a good reason why he's starting tonight alongside Memphis Depay. And he's a point man who's netted a goal. He had one deflected earlier, had one blocked shot earlier. But now he's been able to net a second, and that's a good one. Meanwhile, Hosseini Agadir against Wydad Casablanca. It's a goal fest right there in Morocco. Wydad Casablanca came from 2 goals down, and in this encounter, they have just won 5-3. Yes, that game just ended. But yes, come to think of it, the Dutch guys, they are giving their all in this one. And the Ukrainians, I'm not sure a response is going to come from this, Yinka. What do you think?
Well, I don't expect it myself. At 2-0, it should be a case of the Dutch getting one more goal to assume leadership of that group if they are able to keep a clean sheet. 3-0 will be good enough for them. They're expected to win this. You can't be in a group like this and not show intent when you have Ukraine, arguably, as even more or less the toughest, Austria, and the team, not Macedonia. Netherlands should qualify with 9 points from this group. I expect them to do so. If they are not able to do so, perhaps maybe after winning back-to-back game in the first 2 games, if they get 7, I understand perhaps they play with a third. They should easily, in fact, top this group. That is the only way they can show that they want to do something. Other than that, everything will be nothing as far as I'm concerned.
They lead by 2-0. Gini Van Aldum and Wout Vegas, of course, the guys who have scored for them on the night as they lead by 2-0. It's the Euros 2020, and the action lives right here. This is your Champions Dial Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM, and where else can you find the action? We are Brilla and no other Brilla, and you know how it is. Let's see how many thoughts we can sample on our Facebook fan page. And this one from Okori Onyedikachi says, Brilla FM, you guys rock. Thank you. Yes, he says we rock for real. I won't tell you some things about rocking. I was going to tell you, but I'll wait. And so that's it. The action continues right there. Meanwhile, Volcano, of course, scored first, but they're losing to Girona. And that's something, of course, coming in at this time. The game is not over yet. About some 57 minutes played. And we're yet to see what the guys will give in this game. Let's hope they give the best of what they can. Would it be enough to carry them all the way? Well, that I do not know. But I tell you what, the guys are looking good. And the Dutch guys, who knows, they just might get this right. Daley Blind able to marshal affairs at the back and getting a whole lot of working for the side. They get a few scares here and there. But I'm thinking, by now, yes, it is a slim margin. But time is running. Okay. Yes, this man is finally on the pitch right there. And let's see what he brings to the side. But I am thinking that right now they should be considering controlling the game. Yes, controlling the game and getting things working for them. And let's see how it goes. That goal was actually subjected to a bit of a VAR review. But it was eventually given. Shouts to Dumfries, yes, Denzel Dumfries, who of course has been everywhere. He's been everywhere, bossing the flanks, joining possession, long busting runs, and making sure that that right hand flank, he's owned it. He does the same for his club side. They're talking about the PSV Eindhoven, and it is impressive to see. Yes, it is impressive to see that he's also turned up on the night, and things are looking really, really good for the Dutch guys. 0700000000889, the numbers to call. Yes, to be a part of it tonight as we take more of the actions, more of the action right here. Hello, good evening. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Good evening.
Fine, thank you.
Good evening, Victor.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, fine. This is Elohim.
This is who?
Yeah, welcome, Elohim.
Okay.
YInkaSports. Later, I went to Planet last match. The second.
Giddy go happen now. Pandemonium. Pandemonium broke out. It was not ended. The game was abandoned, but then it was towards the end of the game when the incident happened. A goal scored, disallowed, and everything.
Okay, now where I'm confused, the remaining time that is remaining in that match, are they gonna replay it?
It's goalless as at the time the game was abandoned. Are they going to replace it? It is none of ours. It is ours to give you the updates. Whatever decision is taken, we are not the one running it.
Okay, because of it, you start running it because we give it go to
No, not that. We give updates. You understand?
I like the sound of woro si woro. Like from the sound of it, you can tell it is not something pleasant. Okay, thank you, Elohim. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, spicing it up with a bit of news right now at this point in time. It looks like these guys have put the beef behind them because France striker Kylian Mbappe has said his row with Olivier Giroud will not unsettle the team at Euro 2020, but admitted he was a little bit affected by it. Chelsea striker Olivier Giroud implicitly criticized Mbappe for failing to find him often enough during France's friendly game with Bulgaria on Tuesday last week. I was a little bit quiet. I was a little bit quiet because sometimes I made runs and the balls didn't get to me, Giroud said after the game. I'm not saying that I always make the best runs, but I'm seeking to offer solutions in the box. Mbappe was reportedly furious with Giroud, had to be stopped from commenting publicly until these recent comments. Until these recent comments. Speaking on Sunday, Mbappe said Mbappe did not deny the pair were at odds, but looked to move on. He said, I spoke with Olivier Giroud and everyone knows what happened. It is true that I was a little bit affected by it, Mbappe said, but we are not going to make a big deal about it because we are here to represent France, and that's the most important thing. It is more than he said. It is more that he said it in public, said it publicly, than the fact that he said it. And I saw him in the dressing room and he didn't say anything to me. He expressed a feeling that I have had 365 times during a match. Yes, he said a feeling that I have had 365 times during a match. And he says France will play Germany on Tuesday night in the opening game. Yes, in the opening game of the group stage match. And he says, okay, we have put all that behind us. And what a way to resolve this. Yinka, you were going to say something.
I wanted to say that the beef, they should not put it behind. They should bring it. We'll chop it.
You will?
I'll chop it too.
I've had too much beef these days.
We'll chop it. 1 hour of football, 62 minutes actually. Volcano 1, Girona 2, and they are getting closer to the La Liga. For the Netherlands game, 67 minutes on the clock as well. 2-0 the lead against
the Ukrainians appear to be pushing for something now. They appear to be pushing for something.
When you are down 2-0, what else do? You
You chase
want
the game.
To see if you can get something.
You chase the game. The reason why I'm thinking the Dutch guys should go more possession play, make them work twice as hard, play into space, always find a free man in situations where they have to run and cover a lot of ground, make it difficult for them. But we're not seeing all of that, and I think it leaves for why a lot of people have question marks over the coaching acumen of a guy like Frank de Boer, who's in charge of the side. And in situations like this, when these are some of the things that you'd expect him to do, I know 76 minutes is still far off, but either you make it difficult or you try to do something that would possibly see you increase the goal tally. Shout outs to guys like Frankie de Jong, who made it so easy. I mean, the build-up play from Daley Blind to him found him in the middle of the park, and he was able to push the ball forward. Dumfries did a fantastic running, and then he threaded the ball through to Dumfries. Dumfries had a good cross into the box. Memphis Depay unable to convert that. The goalkeeper pointed it out, and then onto the rushing part of oncoming part of Wijnaldum, who was able to find the back of the net and 1-0. And then there was a bit of proper positioning at the back for the other guys, and he landed them in further trouble as Vegas was able to find the back of the net. So yes, this time around they have resorted to the sort of build-up play that they are known for. But let's hope they don't fluff their lines, because they are also not used to guys pressing them at the back. The Ukrainians are throwing everything, having 3 men up front wanting to press at the same time. Maybe guys like Nigel de Jong, Frankie de Jong, I beg your pardon, will have to be in a position where they can support the build-up play from their home and make sure that they are able to win the ball and run with it, so that they create an opportunity for their guys to run into perfect positioning and get things going. They are creating all of those, but not like the perfect chances that you'll be hoping that they get on board. But I'm thinking maybe this is the time to haul off a guy like Vegas and leave Memphis Depay to continue, and maybe try Dorian Malen. Dorian Malen is a fantastic player, full of pace, can dribble, can get by. He runs into beautiful positions. Until the knee injury sometimes last season, he was really, really good, and he came back after the injuries and was still posting some impressive figures. So I'd expect that Dorian Malen is one of those guys you might want to put in at this time and see what could come up. They still have some other decent names on the bench that could come on and offer a bit of what they can do. I'm talking about Gakpo. Yes, Gakpo is there, and Gravenberch is also there. Let's see if they get these guys on board. Dorian Malen and Gakpo. This guy is Cody Gakpo, of course, 22-year-old PSV moving forward. One man I saw pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. He is come of age. A few things are aligning for him at this time, and it looks like the next few years we might be able to judge his prime and see how well he fits into this. Yes, it is difficult that I haven't seen the Van Persies and the Robins and all of those other guys, and Van der Vaart and what's his name now, Robin, and what's this guy who used to be at Galatasaray, formerly of Inter, Schneider, and all of these guys. You would say, okay, these are not as talented as that set, but some of these guys have made steady and decent progress for their level, and you've got to give them their flowers.
All right, 0700000089. Don't forget, if you're watching on our Facebook fan page as well, you can very well see the markings to indicate the goal scorers and the time they score. Wijnaldum with the first 52 minutes, Vegas with the second 59 minutes. Euro 2020, yes. Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. And there, of course, on our Facebook fan page, you can see everything. You can also see one being scrolled through your screen if you're watching on Facebook. Fixtures for games that will be going on tomorrow in the UEFA European Championship, as well as other games up until the 20th. In fact, all the fixtures up until the 23rd of June. The group stage games, everything, updates. You can follow on social media platforms as well. There, of course, on our Instagram handle as well as on our Facebook fan page. You see everything being scrolled through your screen, and you get to know what's up as regards scoreline and the result of games that have been played as well. Okay, you can also follow Brilla Sport TV on YouTube and call up on the studio line 0700000089. For those who are continuing to ask questions, you see all of that being scrolled through your screen right on our Facebook fan page as well. So feel free to join and let's talk right here, of course, on the show. 0700000889. That's the number to call. Vic, you take us through MPFL results once again, result of games that went down earlier.
Okay, real quick, let's look at the Nigerian Professional Football League where games were decided today. Wiki Tourist 4, FC Fanyuba 3, Warri Wolves 0, Dakar FC 1, Nasarawa United 2, Plateau United 0, Kwara United 1, MFM FC 0, Katsina United 3, Enyimba 1, Enugu Rangers 4, Sunshine Stars of Akure 0, Adamawa United 2, Rivers United 0, Abia Warriors 2, Lobby Stars 0, and Heartland of Owerri 2, Jigawa Golden Stars 1. These were the results. Caterpillar's Aqua United game was abandoned. Okay, has a question mark about it. What the future about that game holds, I do not have the answer. Maybe when the LMC decides, they will tell us if that game should be replayed or if something else should happen completely. But there you have it. The outcome of that game, of course, of the games played across different centers in the Nigerian Professional Football League are coming to you right there. In the Euros, yes, it was England 1, Croatia 0. Raheem Sterling separating the two sides, and Austria won against North Macedonia 3-1. The third and final game of the day. It is 75 minutes played already. Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. Right here, all the action, of course, wrapped up on this dial.
This is the home of sport.
Sports Radio, 88.9, Brilla FM.
Portugal win, England draw, Germany win.
I hope everything is okay. This one you're talking to yourself.
No, Joe. It's the new free-to-play game on Live Score Bet called Pick 6 1x2. See, all you have to do is pick 6 match results between home, away, or draw, and you win a jackpot of 1 million naira.
1 million naira. What if nobody picks 6 correct results?
No problem. Live Score Bet is giving out a guaranteed 500,000 naira every round to players who got the maximum amount of predictions correctly.
Hey, me too. I am going to play Pick 6 1x2 on Live Score Bet.
Terms
it was looking as if, okay, let's just give it a push. Yarmolenko scored, and then all of a sudden they started believing they could get a second. And yes, they got a free kick in a dangerous position because of the way the Dutch guys have played, not being able to manage the situation pretty well enough. And then they got a free kick, and the other guy, of course, came out of nowhere to score. I'm talking about Yeremchuk. He's been in good form of late, and coming into this competition, he's one of those guys that a few people will have their eyes on to say, okay, he might be that guy who would, who brings on a defender when you are having a game of this nature? You took out Deli Blind, you brought on Nathan Ake, and I was wondering what he was trying to achieve with that. You need to control the game. You needed to control the game at that point and not to be looking for defensive solidity. Because if the pressure is there, more defenders will not stop the pressure from coming. More defenders, you even hold off a defender for, okay, let's say like for like.
Wow.
But what's wrong with bringing on players that can control the game and make, because the goal your opponent can score when they don't have the ball is an own goal. So make them work hard for it. But he's made it look so easy for them now, and it's 2-2. I was just talking shortly before we took the break. We're talking about these sort of decisions responsible for why Frank de Boer has some of the question marks about his coaching acumen and all the mistakes he's made. After he left Crystal Palace, he went to the MLS and didn't do too well with Atlanta United, and then he was fired, and another man came and did very well there, Tata Martino, before he went to join the Mexican national team. And Frank, what's his name? Ronald Koeman left his job, and then this job was available for him, and I'm just worried about what he brings in as a coach, and how all of a sudden things are looking really, really difficult for him, and he's no longer getting it right, and it is hard to tell if he's got something up there as far as managing games are concerned. But let's go back into it. Of course, we have contributions on our Facebook fan page. Lots of the guys. Netherlands 3-0, my prediction. Johnny 2, of course, is saying, but right now it is 2-2. It is 2-2. And this one here says, draw, Netherlands and Ukraine 2-2. Oji Francis, he posted it as at 1 hour ago. He said, draw, Netherlands 2, Ukraine 2. Alexandra Black says, Netherlands 2, Ukraine 1. Okay, that one don't pass. And let's take this one from Obida Caleb. He said, good evening, guys. I commend you guys. You are doing well. I want Holland to win 3-1. Well, it is 2-2 now. St. Jades, the billionaire, says multiple scores: 2-1, 2-2, 2-0, and 0-2. Okay, at least we're in 2-2. Emeka Mba says, please, what of the Sheriffs in town? Okay. I guess he already told you. When the new season gets in here, the Sheriffs will be back. And I hope you're keeping up with your best behaviors, because when Sheriffs come, they clear the bad guys. Anthony Falola says, I'm enjoying you guys. I beg, make Netherlands and Ukraine score at least one goal. I'm sure you have, you don't get with more than what you expect. You have gotten more than you bargained for. Izuka Emmanuel Ebuka says, country of my bet, Italy would win these Euros. Okay, we're waiting. At least they will have to play until the 11th of July. And let's see if they get on the podium to win this competition. That's it. This one from Chisom Isaac. He says, Victor, I like your analysis on becoming ahead. Apply for Nigerian coach. No fit. No fit. It's a tough job. And I don't have the license yet. I won't let anybody push me. Who knows? You can make history by becoming the first to take us to the semi-final. Anyhow, either by hook or crook. Okay. The Netherlands have scored a late one. A late one. And it is... Dumfries, the man. Yes, Dumfries, the man, of course, the fullback, who's been causing a lot of problems for the Ukrainians on that flank. How didn't Andrei Shevchenko not see that guy had cost his team a lot of problems? He has cost them a lot of problems. He's had like 6 crosses from that end. Just him alone. And that's the sort of thing you would want to do when you're pragmatic to say, this guy is causing us too many problems. Let's not plant one man on him. Now, he was able to even weave his way through into the box to contest that header. And he nodded into the far post. Zinchenko was unable to close him down properly. And someone actually allowed him to run into Zinchenko's path. But yes, Didi, the man to get the job done. Yes, the man who was giving his side the lead one more time. Denzel Dumfries. Yes, is the man. And they lead by 3-2. What a game. Huh? What a game. I'll be honest with you. This has got to be one of the most exciting games in this competition so far. Yes.
Full of drama.
Yes.
And intrigue.
Yes.
At the time, it looked like it was going to be a dropping defeat for Ukraine.
And then they clawed their way back.
And suddenly, Holland once again find themselves
in front,
having to indeed ensure they are their very best to keep and very well protect this lead as things stand. Getting interesting. And the drama is still very much on ending as well. 0700000089. It's a 5-goal thriller right in Amsterdam. Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2.
Yeah.
And for the Rayo Vallecano game,
2-1. They still lead. Rayo Vallecano losing. Yes, Girona, of course, leading that game by 2-1. And that's the latest in that encounter. There's been a few substitutions here and there. Bebe, you remember him? The former Man United player, he's on now, and he's trying to see if his side and everyone involved can salvage something. Now, the Dutch guys who play in their defense, they are not the best at passing the ball from the deep. I know it is part of their philosophy to want to do the build-up play, but if it is not Van Dijk and it's not Matthias de Ligt, it's not Stefan de Vrij, and maybe Daley Blind is not on the pitch. So if it is not this top 3 plus Daley Blind 4, I don't trust the rest to do the job. Nathan Ake, not really. Luke de Jong is going to come on as striker. He's coming on for Vigos. Yes, he's coming on, and there's going to be a substitution right there. But really, if you press the guys you have on the pitch at the back, you have strikers pressing them and making them uncomfortable. They could give you a room for them to get by because when you press them, you could see the triggers that you want to take advantage of. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Anthony.
Good evening, Victor here.
Yeah, Temitokwe on the line.
Temitokwe, how are you today?
I'm fine. I called earlier to let you know that Austria will beat North Macedonia 3-0 and Aqua United will remain there unbeaten. Yeah, okay. I called this afternoon before the kickoff. As for the Netherlands, they should just up their game. They are playing, most of their players, they are playing a good club compared to the Ukrainians. They should just up their game so that they can top the group. Where they are playing, don't be surprised that the Austrians might shock them when they meet you. Yeah, because the way they are playing now, it's going to be a tough one for them against Austria. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And for the men's single table tennis, I congratulate Djokovic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I congratulate him. And for the Rayo Vallecano, it is Rayo Vallecano that is calling my ticket now.
Yeah.
The guy then win or draw.
Okay.
So and for the Nigerian NPF Nigerian this thing, they should just talk to all those management. They should sit them down, talk to them. It's a game is a 90-minute game, not 100 minutes. What is happening in Nigerian league is something we have been. It's not a new thing. Are you with me?
I can hear you. Go on. Why not?
It's not a new thing.
Okay.
Most of my friends, when they want to play Nigerian league, they will just set home win 500. She gets, and before you know it, they will tell me that the ticket has come. So that means a away team cannot come and win at home.
It's not all the time, It's not all the time. Today, Dakada won away.
only Dakar that's today now.
It doesn't have to be like that all the time now. Don't you have days in the Premier League?
It used to be like that.
Okay, thank you. But it doesn't happen all the time. That's the point I'm making. Don't make it look as if every time you say it is when it happens. All right, still your Dollar Champion Sports Radio 88.9 Brother FM. And yes, let's get back into it as we take more of the contributions. Keep it coming. Memphis Depay, yes, has been hauled off by the coach of the side. 90 minutes plus played already. 5 minutes way added on. And Dorian Malen, yes, my kid, my boy, he's on now. Veltman is also on for Timber. Timber, the young defender. He's only 19, made his debut a few weeks ago, and now he's playing this game. Dorian Malen comes in full of pace, can dribble, can finish. Yes, he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere, and he has a big agent. Yes, you know that Pogba agent? Yeah, that's his agent. Okay, let's get more calls in. Hello, good evening. Okay, didn't wait long enough to get your thoughts across to us. But it is still 3-2 to the Netherlands. They lead against Ukraine 3-2. And the action continues right here as the Ukrainians are also doing everything possible to make sure that they themselves can get themselves back into this game. Still your champions now, Sports Radio 88.9 Brother FM. And the build-up for the Ukrainians is mostly about a counter-attacking play. But how they finish off in most cases has been the problem. But this time around, they would be looking at holding their nerves. But it's hard for them. It's hard for them because even the Dutch guys are forcing them to make a lot of mistakes and are getting booked. And that's the problem. Luke de Jong has just been brought down. And yes, a man has been booked for that. A Ukrainian defender has been booked for that. Yes, I'm talking about Sidochuk. Yes, Sidochuk has been booked for bringing down Luke de Jong in the 93rd minute after the Dutch guys turned defense to attack, with Dorian Malen moving with the ball and Luke de Jong, of course, ahead of him, looking at a situation where they could have got something there, but he was brought down, and the Dutch guys have a free kick in a promising position, not too far from where they were able to score the third goal. Yes, not too far from where they scored the third goal from. But let's see what they make out of this, as they would want to hold on to possession this time around. Yes, instead of taking a direct one, they have gone for possession. And we'll be looking at keeping it till the very end. Well, who's the best guy to resist pressure and knock it off? Well, that could be what might happen in this case. And how much they are able to ward off the pressure could determine how well they perform in this encounter. Yes, 3 minutes counting down to the fourth. And then we could go right all the way to the fifth. And this game will draw to a close. It is now 2-2. Rayo Volcano 2, Girona 2. Yes, the game continues right there. It's 2-2 on the night. And who goes to the La Liga? We are waiting. We are waiting. We will find out, yes, in due time. Will that happen in 90 minutes, or would we go into extra time and possibly penalties as well? It's 2-2. Rayo Volcano 2, Girona 2. It's 90 minutes in that game already. The Dutch guys, the 95th minute, of course, counting down. We've seen 4. The fifth one, of course, counting down. And let's see what will happen as we go into that game. It is the Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2, Euro 2020. Yes, match day 3. And yes, it is also that time where we must talk about the final match of the day, as the Ukrainians are putting everything to get themselves back into this. But the Dutch guys are doing everything possible as well to wind down the clock. Which way will this go? Let's wait until the referee, yes, calls to the end of this game. Even though the Dutch guys are still looking for ways to build up their attacking forays and see what they get for themselves in this encounter, they are holding on, and they lead by 3-2. What are the Ukrainians doing? Trying to close them down as much as possible and see if they can put themselves in a strong position to get something for themselves. But hey, that was all she wrote. The fat lady just sang, and it's 3-2. Yes, Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. Gave a spirited performance, came back from 2 goals down, and then it was 2-2 at some point. Probably couldn't hold on to the very end, or probably were too buoyed by the momentum that swung in their favor and gave too much away. Well, against the run of play in terms of momentum, the Dutch guys clawed their way back into it, and 3-2 they win on the night. They were favorites to win this, and they made it count where necessary, where important. YInkaSports.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's clear they expected that they could do something, especially after coming back into this. Andriy Shevchenko, caught a very forlorn figure because he thought they worked hard enough. But then these things happen. They simply have to try. They still have 2 more games. Competition format means they still have plenty of chance to qualify. You understand what I mean by that? There will be best loser spots. So even if you don't make the top 2, best loser spots still there. Austria, Macedonia are games they can still do. If you can stress and stretch Holland this much, then you would of course believe you can actually beat Austria and beat Macedonia in the subsequent game that is still to come. So all hope is not lost. They have everything very much still within grip and within their reach to qualify out of this particular group, which of course is the first objective by any group campaigning in the group stage of the UEFA European Championship for now.
Okay, that's it. And of course, so much for the games played today. Let's look at the standings. Yes, the standings as far as this is concerned. Austria are on top, considered only 1, albeit scoring 3. Netherlands are second, 3 points in the bag, scored 3 goals, considered 2. And Ukraine are third because they scored 2 goals. And North Macedonia side considered 3 goals. That's why Ukraine are just ahead of them. Yes, but they don't have points. They have 0 points. Wales are on top of their own group. Yes, 1 point in the back. They scored 1, conceded 1. Portugal are yet to play. And so, yes, they are right there as well. Okay, so other teams, of course, what they are looking at, what they are doing, we would let you know. But let's quickly look at it so far in the competition. Top scorer, Romelu Lukaku, with 2 goals to his name. And we would look at the entire Euros right now. We know all other teams have not played. Yes, all teams have not played. And so we cannot tell you this is this, this is this. But as far as the table is concerned, after match day 3, Italy are top of their group. 3 goals scored, 3. Yes, 3 points in the bag. Haven't played 1 game. 1 game, 1 win. Switzerland are second. Played 1. They are the same as Wales. 1 point and 1 goal scored, 1 goal conceded. And yes, they are 1 point. And Turkey are bottom of the group, conceding 3 goals, losing 1 game. The only game that they have played so far. Belgium are first on top of the group. Yes, even though they scored 3 goals. Yes, they didn't concede any. And they have 3 points. Finland, yes, they have 1 goal and 3 points. They have not scored as many goals as the Belgians. That's why they are second on the group. Denmark are third, and Russia are fourth. Austria are top of their group. Yes, they are 3 points in the bag. Netherlands are second, 3 points in the bag as well. Ukraine third, yes, and North Macedonia and no points at all. Ukraine no points at all. England have 3 points in the bag. Haven't beaten Croatia today. Czech Republic will take on Scotland tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Sweden will play Poland, and Spain will be up against Slovakia. Big games coming, and that's it. Wales themselves, of course, they are right there. All the countries are involved in the action. So yes, Euros action will continue again tomorrow. And we will be here every step of the way to bring you the action the way it is meant to be, the way you can't find anywhere else. Your champions down Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. And yes, we're making it happen. YInkaSports and VQ the Volcano, most definitely. How is it going where you are? Get on board, let's talk about it. The Ukrainians, they got something, and they were hopeful it was going to work. Didn't work eventually. But can they hold their heads high and say we gave everything and better luck next time? Looking at North Macedonia and Austria, These okay? Maybe they need one win and one draw, and hope that one of the third loser spot will fall for them, and then they can take that and see what happens.
There'll be chance for 4 best loser spot as a third place team, so they can very well take advantage of that. And the La Liga promotion game is still very much on. 96 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, that goal was chalked off. That Rayo Vallecano's second goal was chalked off.
So it is still 1 goal to 2.
Yes, it was disallowed for offside. And now they are in the 97th minute. They are in the 97th minute as the action continues right there. Yes, that goal was ruled out for offside.
See La Liga died there. 96 minutes. Clock ticking. 7 minutes added on time.
No how we no go die there.
29 seconds
we
to
died
go.
there. Who they fear? See. It's a tough one. To be honest with you, I think the owners of Man City are their new owners, and they use them as one of those teams where City players could go and try a few things, like Couto
to develop.
Yes, Couto, the fullback they got from the Brazilian league, is in this Rayo Vallecano team, and he's been really, really impressive with his play. In the Girona team, I beg your pardon. It's been really impressive with his play. And 78 minutes, it's over. Girona are back in the La Liga. Back at your cage, bird. You know.
These ones don't look like.
I was telling Uncle on Friday, I said, you saw that game the Jamaicans played against the Super Falcons.
Yeah.
Say, have you ever heard? You say, you know the Super Falcons? Those are African champions. They've been everywhere in Africa. It's a whole Super Falcons. You ever heard of reggae girls of Jamaica? That would be their response.
Yeah,
reggae girls of Jamaica. We're going to show them Super Falcons. You ever hear the word reggae?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it started with Bob Marley. We're going to teach them some soccer today. And hey, he did that 1-0. Like, I saw that game, I was like, oh, wow. Okay, maybe we will score. The moment I woke up and I saw 76 minutes, I said, this game go end like this, Joe. Maybe say, and it is easy for these guys to. Let's hope in subsequent games the Falcons will do well anyway. But shout outs to Andrei Shevchenko and his team. They gave a whole lot. Yarmolenko as well as Yaremchuk. Yes, those guys scored some beauties. Yarmolenko scored in the 75th minute, and Yaremchuk scored in the 79th minute.
The playoffs, by the way, is 2 leg.
Oh, 2 legs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll give confirmation of that.
Okay.
Once again,
if it is 2 legs, then the game is not over.
Yeah.
I thought this was supposed to be the final leg.
Yeah, they played first leg.
It is first leg.
So,
okay, they still have a lot to play for. But Girona will be home this time.
Girona have won away at Volcano.
They have 2 goals.
Advantage.
Now, imagine if a man beats you in your house. Football is not that straightforward. Let me establish that.
Bebe plays for Volcano. Remember Bebe?
I know Bebe now.
Manchester United. Bebe was practically signed like they saw it.
He was a street footballer.
Yeah,
yes, and someone said, Sir Alex, you go put money with what we have seen from this guy. You have no idea.
And they believed. So Bebe is there for Volcano. You know,
he believed. You said it as if you knew he was swindled. Was he?
No, just because he saw it on the street now.
Somebody can come and package you and say,
don't you know that?
You don't know this Yinka? He plays like Neymar. And then you've not seen him play before.
He just puts... And I will just go there. I'll do 1 or 2 things for training. You say, I be like,
say, body.
Yeah, match situation. That's it.
Until one day, they say, I said this one, don't play.
Okay, so first leg actually, the ticket is not yet won and lost. It is just 1 of 2 legs played.
Yeah.
Girona will host the second, but then they have the advantage. Volcano themselves know that they can still fight for it, so there's nothing to celebrate. Just a smile that yes, you are halfway on the way. Yes, everything can still change.
If there's
and
one
the second
thing
leg will be next weekend as well.
Yeah.
Give confirmation of that right here. This one is on the 13th.
That'll be long. Weekend long. That's too long.
Okay.
Let's hope it won't be weekend though.
It will be 20th of June.
20th of June is a weekend.
Okay, 20th of June is when the second leg will be played. And it will be the decider as regards who gain promotion to the La Liga. So things are appropriately situated just for you to understand. I can also let you know that the Copa America game up and running, Brazil, Venezuela. But then that's by the way. Copa is also up. Games will be played late night. And some, of course, in the early hours of the morning. And talking about early hours of the morning, Nigeria Super Falcons will be playing past midnight against Portugal in their second of the summer series of the USA. We'll still give you some voice. In fact, let's give you the media officer of the Super Falcons. She spoke with Onome Ebi, one of the players of the Super Falcons as well, right on the show.
So we have Onome Ebi with us right now. Just finished a section of activation after coming in last night. So much noise and happiness, from the other players. That was how I got to know that you are around. So, Onome, what was the feeling like when you came into camp last night?
Yeah, I felt really good because when I was going out to get my COVID test done, I saw the players and they were super excited seeing me, and I was excited seeing them as well. So I really feel good seeing them and being here with them.
You were surely missed at the back end in the defense in our first match against Jamaica. So what are your expectations for the next match?
Yeah, all I'll do is put in my best and, motivate the players more. Seeing a senior player, I'll call myself on the pitch, playing with them. I think they'll get motivated and I'll just do my part and hopefully we'll get it there.
Do you think you've had enough rest and you're ready for today's match?
If I say enough rest, I'll be lying to myself, but I think I'm ready for today's game and I'll just give it all my best.
How was your rapport with the new faces you saw in camp today?
We just blend, actually, we just blend like that, like we've known before, like for a long time. And that's how camp is. When you come, you laugh with them, you play with them, you just find yourself blending together. So I think it's cool with them. They are okay with me and I'm okay with them too.
And you think the girls are highly motivated for today's match?
Definitely, I can see that,
And have you had any special talk with Coach Randy as regards to this match?
Yeah, actually we spoke when I went to have my, warm-up training, and I think I'm good to go. And you're really excited having me. Likewise me.
I came in to the mail hall this morning and I saw Asisat Oshuala. What is her presence to the team with you included?
Definitely, I think we'll see something different because I experienced and my couple together to add to what we saw in the first game. I think it's going to be something more than what we saw the last game, hopefully. And I believe our joining the team will bring great impact to the team as well.
Thank you so much, Onome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
Okay, we have Joy Bokiri, Bayelsa Queen striker. Joy, how did you feel, playing against Jamaica in the first game?
I feel glad and excited for playing the first game. Even though I got the chance, I tried my best and I'll make sure the next game I'll do more better.
How would you assess your performance in the first match?
I tried my best. I know I tried beyond the average, but the next game I'm going to do better.
How will you describe your relationship with the coach and your other teammates?
They're all friendly. It's good. This is my first time I'm coming to with the senior team, traveling with them, and it's okay. It's good. I feel free to do whatever I want to do, and I'm glad for that. Thank you.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
Coach Randy, first training outing on the pitch after a loss to Jamaica.